April 1st. A day of laughter. A day of lies. But beneath the giggles lies something darker. Something older. Something deeper. Why do we prank? Why do we laugh when someone else is fooled? Why do we play with trust, even just for a day? April Fool's Day isn't just a joke. It's a test. Of mind. Of emotion. Of society. Behind every laugh is a lesson. Behind every trick is a truth. This isn't just history. This isn't just psychology. It's a look into who we really are. Let's strip the smile and expose the core. This is April Fool's Day. Unmasked. There are numerous theories that attempt to explain how April 1st came to be associated with pranks and trickery, each with its own roots in history, culture, and symbolism. Let's explore these stories and uncover the origins behind the laughter. 1. The calendar shift. France, 1582. Time changed, but not everyone followed. In 1582, France switched to the Gregorian calendar. New Year moved from late March to January 1st. Some accepted. Others ignored it. Those who clung to the old ways celebrated the new year on April 1st. They were targeted, ridiculed, labeled April Fools. Jokers sent fake invitations, planned phony parties, tricked them just for laughs. Is this theory strong? Yes. It's documented. It explains the date. It explains the pranks. It has historical weight. 2. Hilaria, Rome, March 25th. Ancient Rome. A festival called Hilaria. People wore costumes. They mocked leaders. They swapped roles. They laughed in the face of power. It honored the god Attis, a symbol of rebirth. It happened in late March, close to April 1st. Is this theory solid? Possibly. No clear link. But the spirit matches. Disguise. Role reversal. Mockery. It feels like a precursor. 3. Spring's trick. The vernal equinox. April is a liar. The sun shines. Then it snows. Rain vanishes. Then strikes back. Nature toys with us. Unpredictable. Unstable. People said, nature is fooling us. So they started fooling each other. Is this theory enough? Alone? No. But symbolically? Yes. Nature's chaos mirrors the chaos we create. It adds meaning, if not origin. 4. Feast of Fools. Medieval Europe, 5th to 16th century. Madness in the church. A lord of misrule was crowned. Servants gave orders. Priests became jesters. The structure of power collapsed, for one day. It started in winter, but often spilled into spring. People sang, danced, laughed at authority. Is this a source? Partly. It doesn't match the date, but it captures the energy. The social anarchy of April Fool's Day. 5. Poisson d'Avril, France, 16th century onward. They stuck paper fish to people's backs. Silly? Yes. Meaningful? Very. The fish meant gullible. Easily caught. They called it Poisson d'Avril, April fish. It still happens in France, even today. A prank with deep cultural roots. Is this theory reliable? Absolutely. It's practiced. It's documented. It shows that trickery on April 1st was already part of culture. 6. Chaucer's Nun's Priest's Tale, England, 1392. A proud rooster. A cunning fox. A trick that cost the rooster dearly. And a curious line. 30 days and 2 of March. April 1st? Or a mistake? Is this theory proven? No. Scholars still argue. But if true, it's the first written reference to April Fool's trickery. And that matters. Bonus connections. Global threads. Holi in India. Wild color. Joyful chaos. Sizda Badar in Iran. People go outside and tell playful lies. Scotland had Hunt the Gowk Day. A fool's errand tradition. England. Pranks before noon or you become the fool. The idea of fooling. It's universal. It's cross-cultural. And it's timeless. Final verdict. What really started it? The calendar shift has the strongest proof. It matches the timeline. It explains the mockery. It's rooted in documented change. But the spirit of fooling? That comes from many sources. Ancient rituals. Spring cultural traditions. April Fool's Day is not from one moment. It's from many. A messy mix of history and humor. April Fool's Day and psychology. The deeper connection. April 1st is more than laughter. It's a stress test for the human mind. It pulls at our assumptions. It exposes what lies under the surface. Trust, identity, power. Let's break it open. 1. Social dynamics and group behavior. What happens? Someone gets tricked. The group laughs. A bond is formed, or fractured. Fool stands alone. Everyone else watches, judges, reacts. Why it matters? Laughter releases dopamine. It glues people together. But it also marks outsiders. The one being laughed at is learning their place in the group. What it reveals. Pranks are social experiments. They test who holds power, who can be mocked, who is safe, and who is not. 2. Cognitive bias and belief systems. What happens? We fall for the prank because we expect what feels normal. And April 1st flips that script. Suddenly, truth becomes a moving target. Why it matters? Our brains use shortcuts to make sense of chaos. These shortcuts, heuristics, are quick, but fragile. Pranks exploit them. That's why they work. What it reveals. You're not as rational as you think. You're predictable. Easy to trick. April Fool's Day pulls the curtain and shows the error behind confidence. 3. Schadenfreude. Joy in others' mistakes. What happens? Someone falls for a joke. They look foolish. And we laugh. Harder than we should. Why it matters. Schadenfreude is that tinge of satisfaction. Watching someone else slip, stumble, or squirm. It's dark, but human. What it reveals. Humor isn't always innocent. Sometimes it hides dominance. Check your laugh. Are you compassionate? Or just glad it wasn't you? 4. Emotional resilience and humor as coping. What happens? The prank hits. For a second, you're mad. Then you laugh. Or maybe you don't. Why it matters. Humor helps us bounce back. It's the pressure valve of the mind. It softens embarrassment, dissolves shame, eases tension. What it reveals. Resilience isn't built in silence. It's shaped in moments of failure and recovery. Can you laugh at yourself? Or does the joke break you? 5. Deception, trust and ethics. What happens? A lie is told, with a grin. A truth is twisted, for the laugh. Why it matters. Trust is the glue in every relationship. But April Fool's Day shows how thin that glue can be. What it reveals. Lies aren't just words. They are tests. Of boundaries. Of intention. April 1st is a game, but the damage can be real. Once trust cracks, will it hold? 6. Identity and roleplay. What happens? You become the trickster, the actor, the fool. You wear a mask, for fun, or protection. Why it matters. Roleplay frees us. It lets us step outside the cage of who we are. We explore. We transform. What it reveals. Identity is fluid. April Fool's Day lets us ask, who am I when I'm pretending? And who am I when I've been exposed? 7. Cultural psychology, norms, rules and exceptions. What happens? One day a year, truth bends. Logic collapses. Rules pause. We agree, for just 24 hours, to live in a different reality. Why it matters. Every culture needs release valves. Days where control loosens. Where we press reset. What it reveals. April 1st is licensed chaos. It keeps society stable by allowing it to wobble. We bend the rules so we don't break them later. Final takeaway. April Fool's Day is a mental stress test. It reveals who you are under pressure. It exposes your biases. It measures your empathy. It tests your ability to adapt, recover, and connect. It's laughter, with teeth. April Fool's Day isn't harmless. It's a psychological X-ray. It shows you what you expect. It shows you what you fear. And it shows you what kind of human you really are.